Subscribe to Success Panda, click on the bell icon, and you will never miss our latest videos. Hi, my name is Ravi Mathur and I am back with you today with another topic, another video. In an earlier video, I spoke to you about the basics of giving feedback. Today, I want to talk to you about the advanced level of giving feedback. Before I touch upon that, let's understand what is the objective of giving feedback. We give feedback so that people can work on it, they can improve, or we give feedback to motivate people, or we give feedback to tell people that, okay, this is something you are doing nice, you should continue to do it. So the objective of the feedback is how the other person is going to act on it. If the other person is not going to do anything about your feedback, that feedback is of no use. The other person is going to action on your feedback only if the person is receiving it in the right manner. If the person is not receiving it rightly, that will just going to fall on deaf ears, and it's not going to help you or the other person. In today's video, I want to specifically differentiate the two kinds of feedback, which is negative and positive, and what are the specific roles of both these feedbacks. What is generally seen is that we are quick to give negative feedback, which means that, okay, the moment we find anything going missing, anything going wrong, we quickly go out there and tell people, no, this is not right. Oh, why you are doing like that? No, that's not the way you were supposed to do it. That's not the way I wanted this to do it. Very quickly, we go and identify and tell people that what we do not like or we do not appreciate. But we are not so quick in telling people what we like. We are not so quick in telling people what they are doing right. Because when they do anything right, we assume, so what, that's the way it's supposed to be. And majority of our feedback, because of that, continues to be corrective. Now, when so much of my feedback is in corrective domain, I am indirectly telling the other person that you are not doing good enough. There's a lot which you need to improve. I'm not saying there is any harm in telling people what they need to work on. But there is an equal, or rather let me not call it equal, there's a much bigger role in feedback which appreciation plays. And as leaders, we often ignore that critical part of feedback. So the question is when we should give appreciation or positive feedback. First and foremost, whenever a person is starting a new task, a new initiative, something new, you should always give appreciation or positive feedback. Even if you identify shortcomings, ignore it for that moment. Just talk about what you see going right. Just to help you understand why it is important, some of you would have taken a swimming class, you would have tried to learn a music instrument, you would have tried to learn a sport. Just imagine on your first day of the class, the coach tells you, no, you are not able to do it. No, you are not good enough. What are you doing? You're not getting it right. You would not even feel like going back to the class the next day. When you're starting something new, you want to listen to some bit of positivity. Even if you're not doing right, but you need that positivity, you need that appreciation to keep you motivated to learn that particular thing. The same goes with your people as well. So whenever they are starting something new, please go ahead and appreciation for whatever a small journey they have been able to make, whatever small improvements they have been able to make. Number two, whenever there are positive outcomes of a task which is completed, do go ahead and appreciate that particular effort. Number three, when you see that the results have not been as per your expectations, but the person has genuinely put his best foot forward, do not forget to appreciate that effort in that case. is the most critical time to appreciate that effort, because that person himself or herself, as it is feeling low for not getting the desired result. As a leader, at that time, it is your responsibility to make sure and tell the person, no, you have done a wonderful job. And yes, there are, with respect to results, there are things which needs to be done, which we will do as the time goes on. Now, let's talk about the negative or corrective feedback. In what scenarios you need to share that feedback? First and foremost, please understand a very clear differentiator. In your life, in your professional career, you would have came across a concept called sandwich feedback mechanism, which means that you start with a positive feedback, fill a negative feedback in between, and then again close with a positive feedback. I would definitely not recommend you to use that approach. That approach has got few shortcomings. Number one, the charm, the fun, the excitement, the motivation of positive feedback is taken away because it is followed up by a negative feedback. And the negative feedback has not given its full impact because it was sandwiched between two positive feedback. It's like saying that I like my tea hot, I like my cold drink extremely cold. What will happen if I mix both? They will neither be hot nor be cold. Hence, keep the two separate. When you have to appreciate, go ahead and just appreciate. When you have to give negative feedback, be specific, be real, and just talk about what's not going right. So, when you need to give negative feedback, when you see that the results are not happening and you see that the efforts are not happening in the right direction, you need to confront that person and tell that person that what efforts you feel which should have been there, which are missing. As I talked about in my earlier videos, do not forget to be as specific as possible in all the feedback. It's very critical even at this stage that you remain very, very specific. You also need to give corrective feedback when your subordinate is doing something which you are an expert in and you see a particular flaw in the steps the person is following, and you need to very clearly specify that what is not going right and help the person do that thing correctly. So if you've understood when we need to give appreciation or positive feedback and when we need to give negative or corrective feedback, you need to very judiciously use it with your people, with your colleagues, with your juniors. And the feedback mechanism works everywhere with all the people you live, even for your family members, your friends. But as I said earlier, it's all the more critical for the people who report to you. So they look up to you for appreciation, they look up to you for corrective feedback, and they look up to you for their growth. So help them do that and make yourself a better leader, a better leader. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time in another video. Bye-bye.